Hello everyone and welcome back. Today we are making a delicious, colorful and incredibly satisfying special fried rice with chicken and shrimps. This is one of those meals that looks impressive when it reaches the table, but the cooking process is actually quite straightforward once you have everything prepared. So if you love fried rice that is flavorful, colorful and packed with chicken and shrimp, stay with me until the end. Let's go! First off, I'm starting with chopping my ginger and garlic. So now I'm getting all my vegetable ready before I start frying. For fried rice, I like my vegetable out into small even pieces because they cook quickly and distribute beautifully throughout the cooking. First, I'm slicing my carrots into thin, even pieces. I'm keeping the pieces fairly small so I can still get that lovely crunch without having large chunks of carrot in the finished rice. So next will be my bell peppers. I'm using green, red and yellow peppers. And I absolutely love the color they bring to this fried rice. I'm slicing them tiny and cutting them into smaller pieces with this slicing machine. This helps to keep the kitchen clean, and I feel it's even more healthy because there's less of raw handling of the raw items. So this is what I have here. Now let's prepare our chicken breast, which is another very important part of the special fried rice. So I'm going to be seasoning it with my soy sauce and other seasoning of my choice. Please, you can also use any seasoning of your choice, but please keep it simple. So this has been pre-washed and cut into smaller sizes before now. So now I'm going to mix everything up so that it marinates very well. Also, I'm going to be adding this grinded chili in my chicken breast because I'm big on spicy food. So if you're not, you can skip this part. So let's combine this together to ensure that it's evenly coated. I'm going to let this chicken sit for a short while so the flavor can settle into the meat. So let's keep it aside. Now let's talk about the rice I'm going to be using for a special fried rice. One of the things I pay attention to while making fried rice is how I cook the rice in the first place. The rice needs to have a good texture because we're going to stir fry it later with all our chicken, shrimp, vegetables, egg and seasonings. For this recipe, I'm using my long grain rice, and instead of cooking it with plain water alone, I added a little chicken stock and salt to the cooking water. So here are all the ingredients now. I'm showcasing, I'm making it. Okay. Now let's prepare our egg, which are another important part of this special fried rice. So we are cracking it and we're going to batter it here. So you can add little pinch of salt and other seasoning. Again, remember to keep it simple. So we're going to batter this together and set it aside. My pan is already on the gas and I'm going to allow it to heat up for about 1 to 2 minutes and then add in my butter. So I'm going to allow this butter to melt into the pan. After this has really melted, I'm going to go in with my ginger and garlic and allow it to stir fry for about 1 minute. I've also added my spices, and I'm just going to add a little bit of salt and allow all of this to flavor up together nicely. And I'm going to stir it together and hold on for it to heat up for about 1 minute, after which I'm going to add in my shrimps. I love using a little butter here because it adds a beautiful richness and aroma to the shrimps. So I'm going to spread this across the pan and allow it to cook for 2 to 3 minutes. The reason I'm not going to allow this to stay in the pan for more than 3 minutes is because overcooked shrimps can become tough and rubbery. We want them tender and juicy. Look at the beautiful color. The butter had given the shrimp such a lovely appearance, and you can already smell how flavorful they are. So once this is cooked through, I'm taking them out of the pan and setting them aside. And just like that, our shrimps are perfectly cooked and ready. Now let's move on to the next stage, which is the cooking of the chicken breast. So we are adding this in the flavor of the cooked shrimps. So let's stir this together. Remember, this has been marinated, so we don't have to put so much in it, except if you think it's needed. And also this is cooking for 2 to 3 minutes, then we take it out of the pan and set it aside. Yeah, that's looking so beautiful. Look at the goodness. So next we're going to be going in with our battered egg. Just spread it across and use your spoon or spatula to turn it around. We want to scramble this so that we don't have chunks of egg in our fried rice. So we're just going to use the spoon to scatter it a little, not too much, because of course it's still going to shred when it gets into the rice. So let's take this out. That's it for like 2 to 3 minutes. Yes, so now we have everything ready. So you can add more vegetable oil in your pan and go in with your ginger and garlic paste. Add your chopped onions and stir everything together. Add salt, add whatever spice you want to add at this point. And also if you want fresh pepper like scotch bonnet, you can also add it at this point. So give this a good mix to mix up the fresh pepper with the flavor. So give this about 2 to 3, 4 minutes. Let it fry, and then we can start. That's me adding my seasoning. Yeah, you can also use any seasoning of your choice. And after we have turned this and combined it together, we can start adding our vegetable. And of course, I'm going in first with my chopped carrots. So I'm going to stir this together. See how beautiful it's looking. So I'm adding all my hard vegetable first. I added a little bit of salt at that point. I'm adding together all my hard vegetable so that it can cook a bit before I start adding the soft one. And that is me adding in chicken breast and also cooked shrimps. So let's give this a very good stir together. The aroma in the kitchen at this point is absolutely incredible. So I'm adding a little bit of grounded chili pepper. You can add white pepper, black pepper, whichever pepper you want to taste in your special fried rice at this point. So let's give it a good mix, and then we can add a scrambled egg. So at this point we are adding all our vegetable, and we're going to allow it to cook for about 2 to 3 minutes. And look at this, the color is absolutely gorgeous. We have the orange from the carrots, the three beautiful colors of bell peppers, the green peas, sweet corn, and aromatic onions, ginger, and garlic. It's looking so good and smells heavenly. So let's toast this together, let's stir fry it, and then it's time to add in the star of this dish, which is our pre-cooked rice. Now it's time to add our cooked rice and start turning all these beautiful ingredients into our special fried rice. So let's continue to turn this beautifully for about 5 to 8 minutes, depending on how long it takes for your rice to mix up with the flavor of the chicken breast, shrimps, and the scrambled egg. Also, you add your soy sauce at this point. So these are the signs to know that your rice is ready. If your rice is hot all the way through, the grains are separated and not clumping together, the vegetables still have some color and texture, and you can smell the aroma of the kitchen. So this is the end result of our cooking. If you have not subscribed at this point, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and support me. Tell me if you'll be trying this out in your kitchen. Let me know in the comment section. Thank you and see you next time. Bye.